Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining. I think we can start. Before I start, I just wanted to welcome you, all of you. Myself, I'm Kapil Chopra. I'm CEO of Intelegain Technologies. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this exclusive webinar. Today, we will be talking about new releases and recent feature updates to Microsoft Business Central. As the first of several such webinars planned over the next few months, our objective at Intelegain is to apprise business users of the evolution of the product through new features, enhancements, and how you can utilize them in the best possible way to improve your business processes. Being a part of Microsoft ecosystem, the product ecosystem, we've been actively participating in seminars and forums, trying to add value through whatever way possible in helping customers and business users alike in making the right and well-informed decisions as far as technology and business product and products are concerned. Having said that, let me tell you something about us briefly about ourselves. We are Intelegain. We are a digital transformation company. We've been around for 20 plus years in the industry, providing technology solutions to customers globally. We are a Microsoft solutions partner in 5 regions, which is headquartered in Mumbai, Singapore, Sydney, Dallas, and London. Dynamics 365, Business Central, and Azure Cloud have been one of our strong capabilities, and we've done numerous implementations in supporting customers worldwide. Our also focus areas involve application and product development around solutions as we work with startups and enterprises, helping them build digital solutions. We've been fortunate to get some awards along the way, including the Microsoft Gold P2P Award a few years back in Las Vegas during Inspire. And we are happy to have this webinar as one of the initial initiatives to work with some of the customers and explain to them how the product and the features can add benefit and value to them. Moving forward, I would like to invite my colleague and co-founder Neeraj Gargi, who is also the Chief Technology Officer, to share his thoughts about Business Central and the way forward from here. And that will be followed by a presentation which will be more focused on the features and enhancements by my colleague Shalinder. So over to you, Neeraj. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kapil. Hello, everyone. Myself is Neeraj Gargi, and I am the lead for Dynamics 365 services at Intelegain. So primarily today, as Kapil has mentioned, that we are going to cover whatever has been happened recently in Business Central, especially in the October release, that is the Wave 2. So we are going to talk about it. But before that, I just want to share some details about Business Central. So you might be aware that Business Central is one of the fastest growing product for Microsoft. So Microsoft is investing huge into Business Central to make it more and more user friendly. So they have launched or introduced new features, which we are going to cover today. Recently, some studies has been mentioned that Business Central users are growing. 1,000 users are being added every month. So that means, Business Central is one of the most popular ERP solution in the SMB segment. Business Central, as you all know, and you might be already using Business Central, so it is a SaaS application, and where you are not required to be worried about the deployment, security, infrastructure, and at all. So that everything will be taken care by the Microsoft. But of course, you are always having the option to deploy it on-prem if there is any compliance or any other regulatory requirements. So Microsoft give you a dual right license where you have the option to deploy your Business Center into on-prem as well. Taking this forward, so I'm introducing or inviting my colleague Shailendra who will be taking you through the Business Central items and each of the functionality what has been added recently. So let us try to make this session more interactive. So if you are having any question, you can raise in between, or otherwise you can post it on the chat, and we will pick your questions. Or at the end of this session, we will have a Q&A slot as well, where you can ask your questions. Thank you, and over to you, Shailendra.
All right. Thanks, Neeraj. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I am Shailendra. I am working with Business Center since past years, and the product has evolved a lot in past years. Today, we will be deep diving into some of the new features given by Microsoft in the year 2022. Right. To begin with, uh, I have uh, divided the features into four aspects, right? The first is its integration with the Microsoft apps, right? And next is the user experience. And then we will be looking into the core improvements in and the enhancement into the core functionalities, and then some reporting capabilities of the product, right? And in the meantime, if you have any questions, just state in your chat, right? We will have a Q&A session in the last. All right. So let's get started. To begin with the enhancement in the Teams integration. Uh, Teams has, the Teams has become the integral part of every organization, and it is the most preferred application for communication. Now, Microsoft is given us, you can say, a gift that all of the Office 365 user can directly access the Business Central data within the Teams itself, right? Now, if you look at this Teams app, you can now see the Business Central is embedded into Teams, right? This is a Teams channel where you can see you can pin your tabs here, right? Like your masters, chart of account, customer. So the context switching becomes quite easy, right? It is Microsoft is trying to save your time, like if you want to share some invoice or let's say some vendor with the customer, you have to copy and paste the link, right? Now, Business Central has made this quite easier. And if you see customer list will take time to load, let's have a look at the bank. So the thing is, you can, in the Teams itself, you can open your Business Central app, right, and apply your filters to view the data. This has, recently come up, and even if you, this is my Business Center, and even if you want to, let's say, share the any document, let's say this one, you have this button here using which you can share with the Teams or copy the link. Both work same ways, but if you click in here, just look at the behavior, like they will open out a good tile here. Let's see here. See, so this tile link has been shared, closed. All right. Now, if I look at this, my post, you can see if you click on details, it will open Business Central within the Teams. As I said, it is nearly embedded into the Teams application, and here it is. Now, if you share your any master, so there is some slight improvement. Like if you copy a link here and you paste it up here. If I share my customer master from here, it gives the small stats window. Share over the Teams. This time. So, it gives some, if one wants to have a look only at the balances or the contact name, this becomes, quite easy. Close it up. This was regarding the Teams integration. Now, Microsoft has done great improvements in the with respect to Outlook also. Now, if you look at the Outlook, earlier there is a facility that you can convert your inquiry directly into your sales order or contacts, or you can view your business center in the Outlook app only, right? Now, here, if you click on this email, you can see Business Central app is here as an add-on. And if you want to only view the stats, it opens this slide window. So if you see, Microsoft is again trying to reduce the switching time here. Small other improvements has also been done, like here. See, now you have, earlier you didn't have but options, but now you have the same options which you have in the Business Center. Like you can view your stats within this pane. Now let's say, for example, you receive an inquiry from a customer, right, which he requires these items, right? Now from this Outlook app itself, you can directly create your sales quote or sales order in the system. Let me show you how. Like click on Business Central Teams, Business Central app, and then new and this sales order. The thing is, using this email ID contact, right? System will find the customer, right, using the contact, and then it will also try to find the email body within the items, and see, system has searched the item using either the item code or the description. And you also here have the facility to select or unselect the item. Let's say for this I'm selecting only 2 items, and if I click OK, system will create a sales order in the Business Central. If you can see, this window is quite compact, right? Now here is the option to open the same in new window, and then you can convert it into a tab and then place it with the working. So again, Microsoft is trying to give you the same interface which you get in the Business Central web application, right? And then you can perform your activities, right? And the best part is, if I go to my email here, I can, let's say this customer also send us the attachments, right? And definitely attachments are quite important. Earlier, the way was to download this document and then re-upload as attachment. Now Business Central has made this quite easier by giving us this facility of attachments. Okay. And then you can attach from the email, right? So once you click this, system will attach these 2 documents on your sales order document, correct? If I click OK, attached, great. Close, let's close this. And yep. Sit down. See, you have these 2 attachments. All right. And here, this was regarding the Outlook integration enhancements. The next is with respect to OneDrive, right? Now, if you look at these 2 documents, right, here, you can upload this file if I open any sales order. Here you have the multiple attachments. All right, so one time here. Okay. Let's say if I want to upload this document on the OneDrive as well, I can click on this open in OneDrive. This is one option. It will create a folder in the OneDrive and then it will upload this file. And then there is another option. Again, Business Central is here also trying to reduce the context switching. So here if you see, system has opened the OneDrive and it has uploaded the document. Next is, if you want to share this file, it will open the same window which we open in the Outlook. So again, here you have the options whether how you want to handle the permissions of the document. Right. Then you can anyone with the link or block download or apply password. So again here the same interface you get which you get in the OneDrive. Let's me cancel this for now. For this, user need to enable the feature management from the feature management and OneDrive integrations with the Business Central. Once done, once the user refresh the screen, these options are available. Right. Moving ahead, where the small development has come up. Earlier we used to have, let's close this. Okay. Earlier we used to have the here we used to have two tiles, one for the production and one for the sandbox environment. Now Business Central has reduced this and it is given a single app link to access Business Central, though it is a small development, but yep. All right. So this is regarding the development and the Microsoft apps, right? Moving on to next, we have is user experiences. All right. The best feature which is now the switching between the companies has become quite easier. Here is the bar which gives you the list of all the companies and environments to which you have the access. You can, let's say, you get these options, switch or open new tab. So if you click here, system will open the in the new tab and it is switch. It will open the new company on this tab only, and if you want to open this in a new tab, you can click, and also you can do a searching like Hearty, right? Then the major development has come up in the the action bar. We now have the modern action bar. Likewise, here you can see here. You now have, earlier you used to have this button, action button, and under this system used to display the release and options. But now you have these two options here. And also, if you look at the behavior and personalize, so these has, let's say you want to replace the reopen above it. So the interoperability has become quite good here. You can split the buttons easily, and then more development has come into the master area. Like on the masters, there the number of action bars has been reduced. Earlier you used to have navigate button and the entity button, like navigate and entity. So now that navigate button has been merged to the entity button here. And if you look at the processes, or here, this is the action bar, right? Earlier, if you hover your cursor over here, then you can show and hide this. Now, next is the more relevant things have come up, and Business Central has merged the action button on the document. Earlier we used to have the process button here. Right now it has been merged to home button, which is more relating to the terminology of the actions. And the best thing is this pin up part, right? Now you can pin your action button here, right? Similar is the case with line level data. So now let's say you don't want to, you want everyone to display this because sometimes user search the action button here. So now it it has given one more layer to identify the actions and do more actions here, right? So the spin up thing is quite good. Then we have the, now Microsoft is focusing on less clicks, more options. Then small developments has come up, like on the masters, your fields which has the type of option string, like your base unit measure or other fields which has the option string, those are by default displays in more, these are more visually aligned here, right? You will by default find that it will not be a compressed mode, right? Yeah. Again, these small developments have you used to use the system has come up when we have search data in the company. All right. If you go to our dashboard, you can now search your data in the company. That means if you search for any, you have now one window to search for your data. Let's say if you write for Canon, or let's see, we have the contacts customer. Sometimes it is required to search for data. Let's say the contacts, and the thing is you have the facility to include the tables or exclude the table the way you want it, right? By unchecking it, you can exclude it, and you can align this onto a role center. Right. Then what's next? Autosave will work, release on this thing. Okay. Now, if you go to your list of sales orders, right? Now you can apply your filter. Let's say you want to release all the orders of a customer, sportswear. So here's how you can do. Just do this thing and select all and release. So once you release it, system will release all the documents in one go. This is newly come. There might be something missing in the orders, which is fine. And here's how you can reopen it. So again, user experience, Microsoft is now focusing on small elements here. This makes the user entry, it increases the speed of user entry, which is quite good. Then auto work, as you saved. Yes, earlier auto work. Here's now, if the data is large, then system here displays the status of the whether the data is saved or not. So earlier it was on limited entities. Now it has come up on all. Let's say if you have this item, so it will show you the status is saving or saved. So this gives you more clarity whether the data is being saved. And the best part is it works with the multiple windows, because sometimes the same order may be opened in the other uh, with the other user, or maybe another other tab. So this gives a quite confirmation whether your data is being saved properly or not. All right, moving ahead. Now the core functionalities here. Core functionalities. First one is block deletion of GL accounts. All right, now in some organization it is required to keep the data of particular years, right? And remaining data you can delete it. So in order to ace this, Business Central has given the facility to delete the data which is not required with respect to financials. Now, if you see on Journal Ledger setup, you have the facility to block the deletion of GL accounts. This will entirely block the deletion, but if you want to keep the data for, let's say, 5 years, so here's how you can do it. Just by entering the number. So system will allow the deletion of accounts which were created before this, right? Before this date, right? Then we have the payment reconciliation and journal preview enabled. All right. Now some enhancement has been done in payment reconciliation journal. Payment reconciliation journal is used to import the bank transaction directly from the bank, right? It does not require any external file. If I go to my payment journal here, payment reconciliation journal, I have one. All right. I have this record. Firstly, the preview posting has been enabled here. Earlier it was not, so it was much required. Many users raised the ideas with Microsoft and they listened to us. This is preview posting, so more like a preview posting. And then another enhancement is now you can reverse your payment reconciliation journal posted transaction from the GL register itself, from the posted reconciliation as well as from the GL register. If I go to my posted payment reconciliations, posted payment reconciliations, you have the facility. I don't have anyone. Let me see if I can post this. Let me post this. Post payments only. Done. Now if I go to my posted payment, I think the update has not been done yet in the system. It recently came to the releases. So here you will find the option of reversing the payment reconciliations. posted payment reconciliations. Then next we have is find posted and non-posted document lines buses. All right. Now earlier there was no facility to find the line level data or search the data in the line level. Likewise, your sales line, purchase lines, because majority of the data lies there. Now, Business Central has again listened to us and provided multiple pages. If you see lines here, if you write down lines, you will see sales line and purchase lines. Here's it. Sales line and purchase lines are here. Now you can, display the fields and apply your filters and perform your analysis over the line level data. Okay, like if you want to know, let's say, the expected receipt date or the expected shipment date for the products, then all you need to do is just display the field here and apply the filters. And this has come up on your sales line, your sales shipment, invoices. This is pre-data and this is posted one. See, posted sales invoice line shipment. That means you have now data to perform the analysis, sales credit memo lines and purchase credit memo lines as well. It has also come on to service lines also. Then we have block VAT and general posting setups. Now earlier there was no facility of deleting the, let's say if the government changes the VAT percentage, right, or the tax percentage, there was no option to block it, right? Now Business Central has given the facility to block it because sometimes it is required. We only had the options of we used to just update the new product posting groups and with the newer percentage. Right now we can simply block it, and if you want to use it later, then we can also use it. And same has been done over the journal posting setups, which are mainly used to handle the sales and purchases. Blocked. If any of the posting group or the combination is not in use, or you want to block it due to any business scenario, you can make use of this functionality here. Then we have in the change in the default company. All right. Now you have the facility to define your default bank by your per currency. Let's say if I go to my bank account and if I go to my this bank euro, which was default currency is euro. Now here is the check mark used as a default for currency. Now whenever I create a new sales order or purchase order, system will automatically select this as my default bank, which gets printed on your majority of the sales report. Select the customer. Customers. Let's say the scan and group. If I click on it, new document, sales order. Canon. Okay. If I scroll down, you will see the automatically company bank account is appear here, and this gets printed on your default sales report. Let's say if I update here any item. Let me open this. Print. or maybe the template might be different, but you have the facility to print this on your sales documents. And same has been done for the service invoices also. Then moving ahead, we have the check document thing. This is a great thing. Let me show it to you. If you open any sales or purchase document, in order to find the errors or missing elements, right? Earlier we used to have only posting, preview posting thing, right? Now we have this here. I think purchase will be better. All right. So if you click in here, it will display the fact box. Okay, refresh. See, earlier, if something is missing on this order, right, we have the only option to to do the preview posting, and in order to do the preview posting, we have to click on some of these steps, right, and then system is to give the error. But now there is a feature which is available, document check. Now this tile will show you the number of issues right after this. So again, time saving thing here. If you refresh it, you will know that there are no errors found here. Right? This is available on your documents. Right. Then moving ahead, we have again consolidated vendor and customer balances. Now you can there are many instances in the organization. I've seen that a party is your customer also and your vendor also. So now in order to consolidate the balances, Business Central has given this balance as a vendor. Now using the preferred contact, you can define your customers and balance also, and system will display the balance of your customers and vendors here. You can now see the balance of a vendor on the customer card and customer on the vendor card, which is if I go to my vendor here, here it is. If you see, this is one of my vendor and this is also my customer. So I have configured this as a customer and vendor, and now I can see my customer balance here. Right? And how you can do this is using this contact card, and if you open it on the actions functions, you have link it with the vendor or customer, right? So using the contact, you can link your customers and vendor and have your balances. It also has the facility to apply your invoices or settle your invoices with each other, which is there in journal. Go to journal here. Yep. So there, I think the product is not updated yet. So then you get the option of reconciling the customer and vendor balances. What it does is it brings up your invoices of the customer and tries to settle up with the vendor balances. Then you have, yep, this is the default dimension. Now you can set your dimensions for your location. That means you can perform your analysis over your locations as well. Locations, it is same like a master, but here you have the, if you open your location card, you can see dimensions here, and this flows through your uh, transactions. You can analyze your revenues and expenses using this. Then we have the bank deposits. Bank deposit is a way to post a lump sum payment of multiple in one go, in multiple transactions in one go, right? For that, Business Central has given the entirely new card here. You can create the bank deposit number. This is the header here, and you can select your bank, and this is the line. So let's say if you want to post the total deposit of 50,000, and then you can select your multiple accounts here. Let's say some expense. So you can create your multiple entries here and post it in one go. Again, earlier we used to do with the GL journal, and this is bank deposit, right? See if you know, it's upon the user how they want to use it. But again, this is the new thing which is introduced, and there is also a facility to post this amount as a lump sum. That means it will post all the entries. Otherwise, you also have the facility to post these documents individually as well. Likewise, the same we used to do in journal. The thing is, Microsoft is trying to standardize the thing. Let's say if you want to post a bank entry, so you have to create the batches in the journal, but this bank deposits and the posted bank deposit gives a different perspective to the nature of the transactions. Then moving ahead, we have make entry of the variant. All right, variants. So now Business Central has given the facility to make the variants mandatory on the each page, right? On with associated with the each transactions. So if you go to inventory setup, there you will see a button called variant mandatory if exists. That means if you are creating a variant, right? And earlier there was no facility to make the variant field mandatory, right? So it was all optional. Now it has come up on the inventory setup, right? And which works globally. And still you have the facility to customize or the way you want with the items. So it has on the items as well. Let's say you don't want to make the variant mandatory on all of the items, then you have the facility to make it no, but by default it is yes. Like this for this, system will not ask you. All right. So this was regarding the enhancement in the core functionalities. Now, major development has come up in the account schedules. Account schedules has been completely replaced by the financial reporting. Even if you search for account schedules, right, system will give you financial reports only, right? The behavior, the nature is same, but the naming convention has been made more relevant with the functionality here. Likewise, the rest of the things remain same, like your copy thing, import, edit row functionalities, all these remain same, but some improvement giving the more relevant terminologies has come up. Then some improvement has been done in the bank report, right? Bank account statement report giving the data of the checks also, and This is one development. If I run the bank statement report, reports bank account statement, right? Now system includes your outstanding checks, and earlier this part was not there, right? Now some improvement has been come up in this report. Outstanding checks, outstanding bank transactions, so more data, more stats, more analysis has come up here. Last for today is report selections. Now Business Central had likewise we used to create the Word template in for creating the various report document reports, right? Same way, Excel reports have been introduced. That means you can create your Excel reports and connect it through the XML mappings, right? And create your report for more analysis, right? I think that's all for today. I'm open up for the Q&A session. Anyone has any questions so far?
So
All right.
there is a question from Mr. Faizan Javed Akhtar, I think, about talking about what is the difference between SaaS and cloud-based applications. So maybe that can be taken up first.
Yep. Neeraj, would you like to take that?
Oh yeah, Shailendra, thank you for this really a great session, Shailendra. So Faizan, about your question, so SaaS and cloud-based application. I mean, if you talk from the business central point of view, it is same. So anything which is managed and controlled by the OEM or the provider of the service is called a SaaS application, where as a user, we are just using the application without worrying about that, where it is hosted, how it is being maintained, managed, backed up. So that is the SaaS application. So, but when we say cloud-based application, so cloud-based application could be anything. It may be a SaaS, it may be a PaaS, or it may be a EAS as well. So in cloud-based application, where we go and deploy our application into the cloud, where we are having multiple options, like we can control the whole infrastructure on cloud and manage everything there. That is the one way. The second way is we can use the PaaS services, which are the primarily the platform as a service, like SQL, Azure SQL, or any other service we can use. And finally, SaaS is where everything is maintained by the OEM, and we are just as a user, we are using the service. Very good example is Business Central, or maybe Office 365, Gmail. So these all are the SaaS services. I hope it answers your question, Faizan. Uh, okay. Any other question? Probably we can take few more questions. We are still having around 8 minutes.
All right. I think Neeraj, let's wait for some time. People are testing. Hi, Shailendra. Hi, Gopi.
I think there is an option you can mute yourself and ask the question again if you want.
Anand.
Anand, can you allow audience to speak?
Yes, I can allow specific audiences to speak.
Okay, so probably you can allow Gopi and Faizan as well. So if Faizan is having any further question.
Sure thing. Give me a moment.
Shailendra, can you take the Gopi's question? If you can show the bank statement again.
Gopi, you can unmute now.
Let me speak to Gopi.
Hi, Shailendra.
Yes, Gopi. Go ahead, please.
Thanks for the session. And actually, I was looking at that bank statement, that report that you had shown.
Mhm.
But I could not able to see anything in my system. That can you please show me again that how that?
All right, so let me open this with the bank reports. It's on the bank list page here.
Okay.
Bank account statements, right?
All right.
And
Okay.
okay, and if I see, the thing is, it displays check related data, right? Earlier it was not there, and this outstanding bank transaction. So if some data is not reconciled yet, it will show you
Oh,
here.
all right. All right. This looks
Okay.
great, actually. Okay.
Hmm? Really?
This looks like this looks great, actually. So
All right, great. Good to hear that. Anything else, Gopi, for you?
no, that's it.
Great.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Almost all the audience are allowed to use the mic now, so you can unmute yourself and you can try it out.
We have, okay. Rana Hassan is typing. Let me unmute him.
Hi, my name is Rana.
Yeah.
Thank you for the great session. Sorry, I was actually in the office as well. So I had to sneak out and, listen this. Just wanted to actually ask you, I saw there was something there where that you showed and it was like confirmation. I actually missed that part.
Confirmation of?
I think that was supplier statement or something like that. Can you show the slide where you actually pointed out all the points? I
Yep.
think
This one.
the next one.
Next one, okay. Consolidate customer and vendor balances.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
All right. So the thing is, you can now, what happens is, some parties are your customer as well as vendor also. So, you always wanted to view your customers and vendors balance on the same page, right? Earlier, you don't had any, we did not had any options. We used to use the multiple tabs, but now, once you define your customer and vendors, right, against each other, then you can have your balances on both the master cards, like your customer, we can have your vendor balances. This has been, the new enhancement.
Thank you.
Does this answers?
This Shailendra, if you want to pull the statement, consolidated statement, will this system allow that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I will revert you on this individually,
right.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any further questions?
No, nothing from our side. So.
Okay.
All good. Great.
Yes, all good.
Okay. Thank you all for attending to today's session. So this is just a start, and probably we will revert with you further for the webinars in this series, and probably we will be happy to host you once again and have a good conversation with you guys. Thank you.
Thank
Kapil, you want to add anything? Thank you, Note. You are on mute, Kapil.
Thank you. Sorry. It's been a great session, and thank you everyone for participating and providing your valuable time, and also some questions which I hope were quite clearly, clarifications were provided. And like Neeraj mentioned, this is just the start of several webinars that we plan to do as we proceed further into the next year. And I'm sure our team is going to provide greater value and inputs on how Business Central and other Microsoft products will probably help your businesses going forward. So thank you very much for participating, and we'll probably have this webinar recorded, and we can share a link across if anyone wants to have access to this over the next week or so. And if there are still any further questions, please feel free to email across. We'll be sharing the contact details shortly, and we can share it in the chat shortly. And please reach out to us at any point in time, and we'll be happy to answer any questions thereafter. So I think we just had Mr. Taylor join us. So welcome, but yeah, we'll be sharing the recording with you. No worries. And if required, we'll do another round of this webinar if required. So thank you so much. And you all have a nice day and a nice evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.